Okay, so we're going to look at how to put our name on the document. Well, this is specific to Chapter 3. This basic technique can be used on any documents. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the top of the stack here. Good. Now I'm going to choose the horizontal type tool. Once I've done that, I'm going to choose a font that looks like me. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay. Again, the one I went with is not necessarily one you need to go with. There are plenty of fonts there, as you saw. Using the ones with the O next to them tend to work out better, just to let you know. Okay. Now, you notice that this does not have a bold available. I can't click right here. So I'm just going to come over here to this folder here. And I'm going to come down here, and this very first one, if I float over it just right, is going to say full bold. Okay. So that's going to work for our bold. I'm going to go ahead and close that right now by clicking on the character panel here. So if you didn't have bold available here, click on that, click on bold there. We can just close that character panel. Good. Now for the color, we want to use colors from our image. It produces a lot more consistency. And you want to work with a lighter color and a darker color. Now, a couple that could work, just as an example, would be the bronze here for the text and the brown here for the stroke applied to the outside of the text. That would work reasonably well. I'm going to use the colors over here on these two that I changed. But again, there are other things in this picture that you could use to get your colors from. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on the color box right there. I'm going to leave the color box, and you see how my cursor turns into an eyedropper. And I'm going to click on what I want to sample, and it's going to put it right there. I could have clicked over here on this, and it would have done that for me. In fact, I'll do that way just to show this time because I did the other one already. I'm going to click on OK. Now, want to make sure I choose a font size. And what I'm looking for here for the font size is you see that blinking bar right there. If you don't see a blinking bar, you probably have one of two things. You have a font size that is way too small to even see. Okay, you can still see it. Or you've selected a font size that is so big that it's not going to be in the text box, okay, or the bounding box. So we want to go over here, and like I said, I'm going to go back to 24. You might need 18 depending on your name. And I'll just put in my name real fast. Now remember, if the first letter of your first and last name need to start with a capital letter. Okay, we're not done yet. Now I want to curve this so it's matching this seam right here. And that's specific to Chapter 3, but positioning your name where it works in the picture as one of the elements of the art. So you notice I went to the corner, and I came out of the corner, and my cursor turned to that curved arrow. Now I press the left mouse button down, and I can turn the entire bounding box. Okay, don't worry about the fact that we're over the lampshade right now. We're going to fix that in just a minute. Right now I'm going to hit enter. And now you see my name is there as a layer. So now I'm going to come down here to this right here, FX, the add layer style button. I'm going to come over here to stroke. I'm going to wait. Now, if I need to move this, you notice that I came up right up here in this area, this bar right here, press and held the left mouse button. That allowed me to move this around. I'm going to click on the color box. And I'm going to leave the color box, and I think I'm going to choose some of this brown here this time. I want to move that up a little bit. Okay. And okay. Good. Now, I'm going to make that a little bit stronger on this one, because if we look at the name, that just looks a little bit thin on the stroke there. So we're going to go ahead and make that a 5. Good. And okay. So now we've got my name in there. It's along the wall, the curve there. It's using colors out of the picture. You do note that it's in front of the lamp, though. Again, that looks crummy. So what I'm going to do is the same thing you've already done. Control, square bracket key. And I'm simply going to move that down in the layer stack until it's under the whole lamp layer. There we go. Now, it disappeared. The reason it disappeared is you see right here a clipping mask appeared. Maybe you're not aware of what that means, but that arrow says that it's only going to show up in the portions of this that are showing, and this is only showing up in the carpeted area. That's the flooring. So I'm going to just go ahead and, if that happens, I'm just going to right-click on that, and I'm going to click on Release Clipping Mask. And there it is. And yes, a little bit of my name is behind the lamp, but that looks okay. It looks like it's on the wall. And that's how you'll put your name on this assignment.